measured 5.4. Aftershocks there are still being felt.
An unusual burial service in Fredericksburg, Virginia. The remains of 6 people were reinterred more than 200 years after their deaths. Archaeologists found their skeletons last year at the edge of an old graveyard in the city's historic downtown. Fox 5's Malini Bawa was there.
6 souls sharing a single casket. 2 women, 3 men, and a teenaged boy. They probably lived in the late 1700s and had some relationship with the 300-year-old cemetery and the historic St. George's Episcopal Church. Perhaps they're being reunited now with family and friends.
On All Saints' Day, it's the right day, because this day in our Christian tradition, we celebrate our common ground, our unity with those who've gone before us.
A good name is better than precious ointment.
The burial service read from a 17th century prayer book. The mourners, parishioners from the church.
Historically, it's wonderful to have these people back in the cemetery instead of having cars parked on top of them in the market square.
The remains were found right under the rector's office window behind the church. This entire block used to be a cemetery, and it's not clear why these graves didn't get moved when others did in the 1950s.
Archaeologists from Mary Washington College discovered the bones, digging for information about Fredericksburg's historic Market Square before construction of a park. They now know more about how these people lived and died.
But they were buried in typical Christian fashion, facing east, and coffins, which is a sign of, some higher socioeconomic status.
Their identities, however, are hidden in history.
In the Civil War, our records were taken to Richmond for safekeeping, the records of marriages and burials and baptisms. And unfortunately, Richmond was burned and the records that went there were destroyed.
In Reverend Sidner's words, their names are known only to God. In Fredericksburg, Virginia, Malini Bawa, Fox 5 News.
This is the first burial at the cemetery in about 100 years, and it's probably going to be the last because there is no more space.
Time now 5:42.